Good evening, everyone. Today, I want to talk about something that has the power to change your life: knowing your worth. Too often, we let the world tell us who we are, how much we matter, and what we deserve. We look for validation from others, waiting for someone to tell us we are good enough. But let me tell you something. You don't need permission to be valuable. Your worth is not defined by someone else's opinion of you. I have been in rooms where I was ignored. I have been in spaces where people doubted me, questioned my talent, and made me feel like I didn't belong, and I know I am not alone. We all face moments where we feel unseen, unheard, or unappreciated. But here's the truth: you are enough just as you are. The problem is never about whether you are worthy, it's about whether you believe it. We live in a world that constantly tells us to be someone else. Social media, society, people around us, they all try to shape us into their version of perfect. But why should we live our lives trying to meet someone else's expectations? Why should we shrink ourselves to fit into boxes that were never meant for us? The moment you realize that your uniqueness is your power, you will stop chasing validation and start owning your greatness. Knowing your worth doesn't mean arrogance. It doesn't mean you stop learning or growing. It simply means you stop settling. You stop accepting less than what you deserve in relationships, in friendships, in your career. It means you stand tall even when people try to bring you down. It means you don't let someone else's rejection make you question your own value. I want you to think about something. When you walk into a luxury store, the salesperson doesn't try to convince you why the product is valuable. The price is set. The brand knows its worth. It doesn't go on sale just because someone can't afford it. Be that. Be so certain of your worth that you don't lower your value just to fit into someone else's budget. Success, love, and respect, all of it starts with how you see yourself. The world will believe in you when you believe in yourself first. You have to set the standard for how people treat you, and that begins with the way you treat yourself. If you respect yourself, if you refuse to settle for less, the world will have no choice but to follow your lead. I have learned that the most powerful thing you can do is to walk away from anything that makes you feel small. Walk away from people who don't appreciate you. Walk away from jobs that don't value you. Walk away from relationships that drain you. Never be afraid to leave the table when respect is no longer being served. Your worth is not tied to how many likes you get, how many people approve of you, or how much the world claps for you. Your worth comes from within, and once you realize that, you become unstoppable. So my message to you today is simple. Own your worth. Walk into every room like you belong there. Speak with confidence. Chase your dreams without fear. Love yourself so deeply that you never need someone else to complete you. Because when you know your worth, you don't beg, you attract. You don't compete, you stand out. You don't wait for opportunities, you create them. And most importantly, when you know your worth, the world doesn't get to decide how far you go. You do. Thank you. Rejection. A word that can shake the strongest of us. A feeling that can make even the most confident person question themselves. We've all been there. Whether it was a job we desperately wanted, a relationship we believed in, an opportunity we worked hard for, or a dream that felt just within reach but slipped away. Rejection hurts, no doubt about it. But what if I told you that rejection is not an end? What if I told you that rejection is actually a redirection, one that is guiding you towards something far greater than what you originally wanted? Think about it. Every time you've faced rejection, you had two choices. You could let it define you, let it break your spirit, and let it make you feel like you are not good enough. Or you could see it as a push towards something bigger, something better, something more aligned with who you are meant to be. The truth is, rejection is not failure. The only failure is allowing rejection to stop you from moving forward. Some of the most successful people in the world have faced rejection countless times. Oprah Winfrey was once told she wasn't fit for television. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company. Priyanka Chopra herself was rejected in auditions, told she wasn't the right fit, told to change herself to fit a mold. But did they give up? No, they used rejection as fuel, as a lesson, as a stepping stone. And look where they are today. You see, rejection is often a form of protection. Maybe that job you didn't get wasn't right for you. Maybe that person who walked away from you wasn't meant to be in your life. Maybe that opportunity you missed out on would have limited your growth. Sometimes we are so focused on what we think we want that we fail to see the bigger picture. But life has a way of guiding us, even through setbacks, toward what we truly need. So how do you turn rejection into redirection? First, shift your mindset. Instead of thinking, why is this happening to me? Start asking, what is this trying to teach me? Every rejection carries a lesson. Maybe you need to improve a skill. Maybe you need to be more patient. Maybe you need to take a different path. Instead of letting rejection destroy your confidence, use it as an opportunity to grow. Second, never take rejection personally. Someone's opinion of you does not define you. Just because one person, one company, or one situation didn't see your value doesn't mean you aren't valuable. The right people, the right opportunities, and the right circumstances will recognize your worth. You just have to keep showing up and believing in yourself. Third, be adaptable. Sometimes rejection is life's way of nudging you in a different direction. Maybe you were chasing a dream that wasn't fully aligned with your true passion. Maybe you were settling for less than what you truly deserve. Instead of resisting change, embrace it. Open your mind to new possibilities. Some of the best opportunities come from the most unexpected places. And finally, let rejection make you stronger, not bitter. It's easy to feel discouraged, to doubt yourself, to want to give up. But remember, every no you receive is leading you closer to the right yes. Every door that closes is making space for the right one to open. So the next time you face rejection, don't dwell on it. Don't let it break you. Instead, stand up, take a deep breath, and say, this is not the end. This is just a redirection. Trust that something better is coming. Trust that life has a bigger plan for you. And most importantly, trust in yourself. Because when you refuse to let rejection stop you, when you keep moving forward with faith and determination, you don't just find success, you find something even greater, your true path. We live in a world where we are constantly told to chase success, chase relationships, chase dreams, chase validation. We are taught that if we want something badly enough, we must run after it with everything we have. But if I told you that chasing is not the answer, what if I told you that the real power lies in attracting, not chasing? When you chase something, whether it's a person, an opportunity, or success, you are operating from a place of lack. You are telling yourself that you don't already have it, that you need to go outside of yourself to get it. And in doing so, you often compromise your self-worth, your energy, and your peace. But when you shift your mindset and start attracting instead of chasing, you begin to operate from a place of abundance. You understand that everything meant for you will find you when you align with it, rather than running after it desperately. Think about it. When you chase after people, whether in friendships, relationships, or social circles, you often find yourself feeling unappreciated, undervalued, and exhausted. You try to prove your worth, seek validation, and go out of your way to make others see your value. But the truth is, the right people, the ones who truly respect and appreciate you, will never need convincing. They will naturally be drawn to your energy, your confidence, and your authenticity. When you know your worth, you don't beg for attention. You simply become the kind of person that others want to be around. This applies to success as well. Instead of chasing opportunities, work on yourself. Work on your craft, your skills, your mindset, your passion. When you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, opportunities will come to you. People will recognize your talent, doors will open, and the right situations will align. It's not about sitting back and waiting for things to fall into place. It's about doing the inner work so that the things you desire naturally flow toward you. Think about the most magnetic people you know. Are they the ones desperately trying to impress others, constantly seeking approval, running behind every opportunity? No. They are the ones who walk into a room with confidence, knowing exactly who they are. They are the ones who radiate self-assurance, who carry themselves with grace and power. They don't need to chase because they attract. So how do you shift from chasing to attracting? First, align your mindset. Stop believing that you have to fight for everything. Stop thinking that you need to prove your worth. Instead, remind yourself that you are already enough. What is meant for you will never require you to beg, lower your standards, or lose yourself. Second, focus on self-growth. Instead of chasing people, chase your goals. Instead of chasing love, chase self-love. Instead of chasing success, chase mastery. When you improve yourself, when you become truly passionate about your own journey, the right things naturally start finding you. Third, set boundaries. Chasing often comes from a place of desperation, from wanting to be accepted, from fearing rejection. But when you have clear boundaries, you send a message to the world that you value yourself. You stop settling for less, and in doing so, you start attracting what truly aligns with your worth. And finally, trust the process. Sometimes we chase because we fear that if we don't, we will lose out. But the truth is, what is truly meant for you will never miss you. The key is to believe that you are already worthy, already capable, already deserving. When you trust this, when you stand firm in your confidence, when you stop running and start being, you become a magnet for everything you desire. So, stop chasing, start attracting. Be so focused on your growth, your happiness, and your dreams that the right people, the right opportunities, and the right moments naturally find you. Because when you become the kind of person who attracts greatness, you will never have to chase it. It will come to you effortlessly. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and moments that test our confidence. There will be times when you feel overlooked, underappreciated, and misunderstood. People may doubt you, situations may make you question your worth, and failures may make you wonder if you're even on the right path. But no matter what happens, one thing should remain constant. Keep your head high. Carrying yourself with confidence, even in the face of adversity, is one of the most powerful things you can do. It's not about arrogance, and it's not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about believing in yourself even when others don't. It's about standing tall even when life tries to bring you down. It's about understanding that your worth is not determined by someone else's opinion, rejection, or approval. There will be moments in your life when you are the only person who believes in yourself. And in those moments, you must hold on to that belief like it is your lifeline. Because trust me, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. When you walk into a room, do it with confidence. When you speak, do it with conviction. When you chase your dreams, do it with certainty. Even if the world doubts you, even if the path is unclear, even if you don't have all the answers yet, keep your head high and move forward. One of the biggest reasons people lose confidence is because they let failures define them. But let me tell you this, failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. Every great person you admire has failed at some point. The difference is they didn't let those failures break them. They learned, they adapted, and they kept moving forward. They kept their heads high even when things got tough. Think about the most successful people in the world. Do you think they never faced criticism? Do you think they never felt like giving up? Of course they did, but what set them apart was their resilience. When the world told them they weren't good enough, they didn't lower their heads in defeat, they lifted them in determination, and that is exactly what you must do. Confidence is not just about success, it's also about how you handle rejection, criticism, and setbacks. There will be people who underestimate you. There will be people who try to bring you down because they feel threatened by your potential. There will be times when life doesn't go according to plan. But in those moments, remember this. You do not have to prove yourself to anyone but yourself. You do not need external validation to know your worth. The strongest people are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who rise every single time they do. Keeping your head high also means staying true to yourself. It means not compromising your values to fit into someone else's expectations. It means refusing to shrink yourself just to make others comfortable. The world will try to put you in a box, but you were never meant to fit in. You were meant to stand out. You will have moments when you feel like you don't belong, like you aren't enough, like you should just give up. But I promise you, those are the moments when you must stand taller, walk stronger, and believe harder. Because on the other side of doubt is success. On the other side of rejection is opportunity. And on the other side of fear is the life you've always dreamed of. So no matter what life throws at you, keep your head high. Walk with purpose. Speak with confidence. Dream without limits. Love yourself unapologetically. And most importantly, never let anyone or anything dim your light. Because when you know who you are and carry yourself with confidence, the world will have no choice but to take notice. There will be times in life when people doubt you, underestimate you, and even try to bring you down. Some will reject you, some will criticize you, and others will try to make you feel like you're not good enough. It's easy to get caught up in the negativity, to feel the need to prove yourself to those who didn't believe in you. But the truth is, the best way to respond to doubters, haters, and naysayers is not with words, not with anger, and not with retaliation. The best revenge is success. Nothing speaks louder than results. When someone doubts you, arguing with them won't change their mind. When someone disrespects you, getting back at them won't make you feel any better. But when you rise above their negativity, when you turn their doubt into motivation, and when you go on to achieve everything they thought you couldn't, that's when you truly win. Success is powerful because it proves a point without you ever having to say a word. It shows that you are stronger than the obstacles thrown in your way. It shows that no matter how many times you were knocked down, you had the courage to get back up. It shows that you didn't let the negativity define you. Instead, you used it as fuel to push yourself further. Think about the most successful people in the world. They didn't get to where they are because everyone believed in them from the start. In fact, many of them were told they wouldn't make it. They were rejected, criticized, and sometimes even laughed at. But instead of letting that break them, they used it as motivation. They worked harder, stayed focused, and let their success do the talking. Oprah Winfrey was once told she wasn't fit for television. Now she's one of the most influential media moguls in the world. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company only to come back and make Apple bigger than ever. Priyanka Chopra was rejected multiple times, told she didn't fit the typical mold of a Bollywood or Hollywood star, and yet she became an international icon. None of them wasted time proving their worth to those who doubted them. They simply succeeded, and in doing so, they proved everyone wrong. When people try to bring you down, it's often a reflection of their own insecurities. Some people can't stand to see others rise, so they do everything they can to keep them from reaching their full potential. But here's the thing, you don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't need to waste energy proving yourself to people who never believed in you. Instead, focus all that energy on yourself, on your goals, your dreams, and your growth. Success is the best revenge because it shifts the power back to you. Instead of reacting to negativity, you rise above it. Instead of seeking validation, you create your own path. Instead of proving someone wrong just to satisfy your ego, you succeed for yourself because you deserve it. And the best part, by the time you achieve what you set out to do, the opinions of those who doubted you won't even matter anymore. So the next time someone tells you that you can't do something, don't argue. Don't beg for their approval. Don't waste time proving them wrong with words. Just work in silence, stay focused, and let your success make the noise. Because at the end of the day, the greatest revenge isn't making someone regret underestimating you. The greatest revenge is becoming everything they said you couldn't be. In a world that constantly tells you to be more beautiful, more successful, more likable, it's easy to forget the most important thing, loving yourself first. We spend so much time chasing love from others, seeking validation, and trying to fit into society's expectations that we forget to appreciate the one person who will always be with us, ourselves. But the truth is, no amount of external love, success, or approval will ever fill the void of self-doubt if you don't truly love yourself first. Loving yourself is not arrogance, it is not selfishness, it is self-respect, it is understanding your worth, setting boundaries, and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. It means looking in the mirror and appreciating the person staring back at you, not just for how they look, but for who they are. It means embracing your flaws, your strengths, your past, and your journey without judgment, because the moment you start loving yourself fully, the way you see the world changes. One of the biggest mistakes we make is looking for love in the wrong places, expecting someone else to complete us, to heal us, to make us feel worthy. We think that if we find the right partner, the perfect job, or the approval of others, then we will finally feel whole. But that's an illusion. No one else can give you the love that you refuse to give yourself. If you don't value yourself, you will constantly attract situations and people who reflect that lack of self-worth. You will settle for less, tolerate toxic relationships, and keep chasing things that were never meant for you. But when you love yourself first, you naturally attract the right people, the right opportunities, and the right energy into your life. So how do you truly love yourself? First, stop comparing yourself to others. Social media, society, and even people around you will always make you feel like you're not enough. Someone will always be more successful, more attractive, or more accomplished. But their journey is not yours. You are unique, and your story is unfolding in its own perfect way. The only person you need to compete with is the person you were yesterday. Second, set boundaries. Loving yourself means knowing when to say no. It means refusing to tolerate disrespect, toxic relationships, and situations that drain your energy. It's understanding that you do not need to please everyone. You do not owe anyone an explanation for prioritizing your peace, your happiness, and your mental well-being. People who truly respect and care for you will never ask you to sacrifice your self-worth for their benefit. Third, embrace your imperfections. No one is perfect, and the idea of perfection is an illusion. You don't need to look a certain way, act a certain way, or meet unrealistic standards to be worthy of love. Especially your own. Your scars, your struggles, and your mistakes make you who you are. Instead of criticizing yourself for your flaws, appreciate them as part of your journey. Fourth, invest in yourself. Self-love is not just about positive affirmations, it's about action. Take care of your mind, body, and soul. Read books that inspire you. Surround yourself with people who uplift you. Engage in activities that bring you joy. Eat healthy, exercise, rest, and nurture yourself like you would a loved one. When you invest in yourself, you reinforce the belief that you are valuable. And finally, be patient with yourself. Healing, growth, and self-love are not overnight processes. Some days will be harder than others. Some moments will make you question your worth. But keep choosing yourself. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep loving yourself, even when it's hard. Because at the end of the day, the relationship you have with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship in your life. When you truly love yourself first, you don't need to chase love. It flows to you naturally. You don't need external validation. You already know your worth. And most importantly, you don't fear being alone because you have already found peace within yourself. So love yourself first, not just because you deserve it, but because it changes everything. So if someone ignores you, remember this. You are unstoppable, you are worthy, and the world will notice you when you stop waiting for it to. Thank you.